I'm sitting outside. It's raining. Well, it's that annoying kind of drizzle that just makes everything look gray. I'm looking at the front door of the house I spent 4 years of my life building. Every brick, every shingle, I know where the pipes run. I know which floorboard in the hallway creaks if you step on it too hard. And I'm sitting out here because I realized I'm not allowed in. Not really. I mean, I have a key. But the person inside, the person I did all of this for, she's a stranger. And she's made me a stranger in my own life. I used to think that if I worked hard enough, I'd be enough. I was wrong. I was just the contractor for her next life. I remember when we started. We were living in that place above the garage. It was so small we had to move the coffee table just to open the fridge. But back then, she'd sit on the floor while I worked on my blueprints. She'd bring me water. She'd touch my shoulder, just a touch. That's all it took. I felt like I could lift a mountain for her. I remember thinking, I'm going to give her everything. So I started the business. I took every job. I remember one February, it was 10 degrees outside. I was up on a roof. My fingers were so numb, I couldn't feel the nails. I dropped my hammer twice. I was shaking so hard I thought I'd fall off. And I just kept thinking about the kitchen island she wanted. The white oak, the granite. I told myself, just one more hour, one more shift, one more year. I missed our 3rd anniversary because a client offered me double time to finish a deck. I called her, and she sounded disappointed. But she said, "It's okay, babe. We need the house." I thought she was being supportive. Now I think she was just keeping me on the clock. I didn't realize that every hour I spent building those walls, I was spending the only thing that actually mattered, the time we were supposed to be together. The house finally got finished. We moved in on Saturday. I thought that would be the day the grind stopped. I thought we'd finally sit on the porch and just breathe. But Clara didn't want to breathe. She wanted a host. Suddenly, there were people in my house I didn't know. Her new friends. People from the gym, people from these groups she joined. They'd be in the kitchen, my kitchen, drinking wine that cost more than my first truck. And I'd come home from a 12-hour day, covered in dust, and I'd feel like a servant. I'd walk in, and the conversation would just stop. I'd see her looking at me, not with love, with embarrassment. I was the guy who paid the bills, but I didn't fit the vibe of the house I'd built. I started noticing things, small, messy things. I'd find a glass in the sink with lipstick on it that wasn't hers. I'd see a chair moved in the office. I started feeling like I was haunted, like I was living in a hotel that I owned, but I wasn't a guest. I didn't find a hidden letter. I didn't catch her in bed. It was worse than that. I was fixing the Wi-Fi. Of course, I was fixing it. I'm the guy who fixes things, and her laptop was open. She was logged into a group chat. I saw my name. One of her friends asked, "Is he still working the weekend shift?" And Clara replied. She wrote, "Yeah, he's obsessed with the overtime. It's great, honestly. It keeps him out of the house so we can actually enjoy the place without him moping around in his work boots." Then she sent a photo of the backyard, my backyard, the fire pit I spent 3 weekends building. And there were people out there, men, women, laughing, in my space, while I was out there earning the money to pay for the wood they were burning. She didn't hate me. That would have been easier. She just didn't care. I was a utility, like the water heater. You don't love the water heater. You just wanted to keep the shower warm. I didn't go inside and scream. I didn't throw her stuff on the lawn. I just sat in the driveway for 2 hours. I looked at my hands. They were scarred. My back hurt. My knees ached. And for what? For a woman who saw me as a moping paycheck. I realized then that if I was just a service, then the service was officially over. I didn't tell her I knew. For the next 3 months, I was the perfect husband. I worked. I smiled. But I was talking to a lawyer. I was moving the equity. I was decoupling my life from hers. Every time I saw her friends in my house, I just smiled and thought, enjoy the wine. It's the last bottle you're getting on my tab. The day the movers came, she was at brunch. I didn't take much. Just my tools, my clothes, and the blueprints for the house. When she came home, the house was empty. Not of furniture. I left her the stuff she loved so much. It was empty of me. I left a note on that granite kitchen island. It said, "You were right. I was obsessed with the house. But the house is just wood and stone, Clara. I was the one who made it a home. And since you'd rather share it with strangers, I'm going to go find somewhere where I'm not just the guy who pays for the electricity. I'm living in a small apartment now. It's about the size of that garage place we had. It's quiet. My hands are finally starting to heal. And sometimes, I drive past that big house on the hill. The lights are off. I heard she had to sell it. Turns out, strangers don't help you pay the mortgage when things get hard. I built her a home, and she let them sleep in my heart. But the thing about hearts is, they can be rebuilt, too. Just takes a little more time. I'm putting these files together because I don't want anyone else to build a cage they can't get out of. If this story meant something to you, just let me know. I'll be back with the next file soon.